international control of them, an international corporation. And then Krishna consciousness will go on beautifully, just like an athlete from whom you take out a gigantic tumor and throw it, put it on the table, and now the guy's much thinner, tumor's gone, and he can function again as an athlete.
I mean, the GBC is there right now, and it's not, I mean, the way it is functioning.
They are not there.
Doing so. No,
false.
let me complete, Prabhu. It is functioning right now the way it is because it doesn't direct a person, it doesn't disturb a person from doing devotional service. It has nothing to do with, it is
What doesn't?
The GBC or anything.
Are you joking?
GBC, it has nothing to do. It cannot touch a person who is doing devotional service at home or anywhere. Well, it has nothing to do with it. It only concerns about the politics
we want
of ISKCON.
ISKCON temples to be places where Prabhupada is the center. That's not the case now. The GBC have made it impossible. If you have any knowledge of the Catholic Church, they're like the Vatican cardinals. They elect the popes, meaning gurus. Instead of one pope, they elect 100 of them. And they then control the temples, make them material, just like churches. And then people go in, they pay money, and they play by the rules. And they're somehow given a hint that by doing all of that, they're going to go back to Godhead by the grace of their priest, who is not qualified to take anyone even to the parking lot, what to speak of back to Godhead.
I mean, elected or non-elected GBC doesn't hamper one's, it doesn't hamper one from doing devotional service.
Sure, you're saying what? Then why do you want to offer them anything? Why talk about them? Ignore them and recreate ISKCON the way Prabhupada did, not the way GBC polluted it to be. These are criminals. Why do you care about them? They don't represent ISKCON. They don't represent Prabhupada. They never represented Prabhupada starting in 1970. He created GBC. They signed a document. I don't know if you believe this, Prabhu, but if you have a signed document from a pure devotee, spiritual master, and you defy it, you're no longer a disciple. So technically, these GBC are no longer disciples of Prabhupada at all. They're just saying they are. They're not. They disobeyed. How can you be GBC if you disobey the order of the spiritual master?
But GBC doesn't influence your sadhana in your home.
No,
it has nothing to do
GBC,
with.
I'm talking about Krishna consciousness movement. I'm talking about Prabhupada. Why did he have to live with rebels who had turned against him in 1970? He tried to build the movement until he was poisoned to death. But why do we care about them? They're criminals.
Let's
Get
read
rid of them. Get rid of them.
Let's read the document.
Let's go.
Yeah,
yes.
Let's do that.
1 second here.
If you can reset it, maybe I can see it too.
Can you see it now?
Not yet.
Bhanu Prabhu, what does Narayan Prabhu have to do to see the document? You have to
Not visible?
Yeah, it's not visible to him.
I can see it.
Okay, this is the first time I've not been able to see it. It says Ramachandra Singh has started screen sharing. There's a little wheel going around, but I don't see anything.
Do it again. Start screen sharing again.
Okay,
can you stop it? Can you reinstall it and then do it? But we don't have much time left.
Can you see it now?
Nope.
I think it's a problem with the phone. Narayan Prabhu, your phone is. Can you leave the meeting and come back in?
I can try.
Yeah.
Okay, but don't let that slow you down.
No. Come back.
I don't need to read it. You read it, okay? Or Rupa can read it.
Yeah, you'll have to come. If it's not loading on your screen, you might need to restart your phone or sign out and sign back in or something.
Okay, don't worry about me. I'll do what I have to do. You take on.
All right, so let's read it. Rupa Manjari Prabhu.
Sorry,
Okay.
is saying something to me? Not me.
Lord Jagannath's cart could not be moved for 3 days. When Bimala Prasad, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, was 6 months old, the carts of the Jagannath festival stopped at the gate of Bhaktivinod's residence and for 3 days could not be moved. Bhaktivinoda Thakur's wife brought the infant onto the cart and approached the deity of Lord Jagannath. Spontaneously, the infant extended his arms and touched the feet of Lord Jagannath and was immediately blessed with a garland that fell from the body of the Lord. When Bhaktivinoda Thakur learned that the Lord's garland had fallen onto his son, he realized that this was the son for whom he had prayed.
Yeah. Okay. I'll read the first paragraph, then maybe Bhanu Prabhu can read the second, and then we'll go like that. Is that all right? Okay. Narayan Prabhu writes, the present unelected GBC are no more than criminals who have defied Srila Prabhupada's decree that each ISKCON temple be individually incorporated so that a world corporation of centrally controlled ISKCON temples would not come into being. Bhanu Prabhu, you want to read? Should I read?
Just read a minute. I got a doorbell.
Controlled by money and power, unelected aparadhi GBC who want the temples to become the equivalent of Catholic churches, the ISKCON gurus to be appointed by the illegal GBC to be the priests of the ISKCON mundane churches, and the guru's role exclusively to obey the illegal GBC to gather and consolidate money and power. ISKCON has never existed according to the orders and directions of Lord Krishna via his medium Srila Prabhupada. We must go back to 1970, elect a GBC according to Srila Prabhupada's direct written and witnessed order called the Direction of Management, decentralize the temples by having them individually incorporated. Then no gurus could be then appointed.
I think it's just a signal for me to just let it go.
Hare Krishna, was that?
And what about the other one?
Oh, there's someone talking in the background. Okay, let me start again. We must go back to 1970, elect GBCs according to Srila Prabhupada's direct written and witnessed order called the Direction of Management, decentralize the temples by having them individually incorporated. Then no gurus could be then appointed by the defunct GBC. Srila Prabhupada will then be restored to the center of ISKCON authority by his Vani, and thousands of new ISKCON temples will inevitably be able to open worldwide. A huge city, Los Angeles, California, has only one temple with a population of almost 1 million residents. With the Direction of Management controlling the GBC for elected 3-year terms, in 52 years, there would have been hundreds, if not thousands, of LA temples. The current money and power illegal GBC hit a roadblock in India and in the world arena. They cannot go forward as sectarianism is on the verge of turning ISKCON into many unrelated Hindu-style separate movements with their own temples. With Srila Prabhupada at the center, not only this disaster of metastasizing into mundane secular branches of ISKCON can easily be prevented. ISKCON will be able to unite the world for the next 10,000 years with Srila Prabhupada as the last Sampradaya Acharya and Lord Krishna directing his holy name into every town and village of the world. If the Direction of Management is not universally adopted by all present and future ISKCON temples, Srila Prabhupada's vision of ISKCON will not last more than a few decades or even a few years. Okay, Srila Prabhupada stated, this ISKCON movement will go down in history as having saved the world in its momentous hour of need. ISKCON survival requires all ISKCON temples to be individually incorporated, GBC elected by the temple presidents from a slate of independent temple presidents for renewable 3-year terms. This will establish ISKCON as a republic, not the Catholic Church of ISKCON headed by unelected GBC Vatican cardinals. Okay. So, yeah, we discussed this. Well, this is a new writing, but this was a similar type of discussion we had on the last meeting, the reality. What is the nature of reality or something?
Actual.
What is it? Actual reality? Let me pull it up. What is it? So, Bhanu Prabhu, any comments? Narayan Prabhu, do you want to add anything, or do you want to go one by one on it, or we have?
I can't see the screen, so
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's a problem with my
Phone. Yeah. Okay. So.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, where could I get a copy of that document, or where could I access it?
What document, Prabhu?
What you're reading right now.
Oh, I'll send it to you. Just send me your email address, and I'll send it to
You can just send it on Messenger.
Okay, yeah. Please send it.
Thank you.
I'll send it. So you have any comments, Janaspriha Prabhu?
I'm very happy to be here, and I feel honored, and I agree with everything 100%.
You don't have to agree. You can disagree also.
Yeah, but so far I haven't found anything yet. I'm working on it.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Prabhu, Hare Krishna. So just a little introduction to Bhanu Prabhu and Shravan Prabhu. This is Janaspriha Prabhu in Hawaii. He's been there 35 years, Prabhu?
Yeah.
And his friends with Tulsi Gabbard and Govinda Dasi. She was in Hawaii, and she knows the ISKCON Hawaii Temple. Oh, he knows.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. This is
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Jai. So we have Shravan and Bhanu. Shravan has been in Sacramento for what, 25 years. He's been associating with the ISKCON devotees here for what, 20 plus years. And Bhanu Prabhu also, he's been practicing Krishna consciousness more than what, 15 years or 10 years. So Shravan is in Sacramento, Bhanu Prabhu is in India.
Aye.
So
I only asked Srila Prabhupada one question in my life. I said, Srila Prabhupada, 1975, Atlanta, how could we please you the most? And all the Sankirtan devotees were there, and of course Prabhupada always used to say, please me the most by distributing my books. So they were all very excited, and Prabhupada said, close his eyes, and he said, by loving Krishna, that's how you could please me the most.
Oh, wow. Chai, you asked that question, huh?
Yeah.
He did not say distribute my books.
No.
He didn't say do this, do that,
Can you say that again, Prabhu? Can you say that again?
I asked Srila Prabhupada, 1975, Atlanta, how could I please you the most? And there were hundreds of Radha Damodar there, and Sankirtan devotees, and Prabhupada always used to praise Sankirtan devotees. But this particular time, he said, close his eyes, and then he said, by loving Krishna.
Right.
Perfect master, perfect answer.
So how do we love Krishna? Did you ask him? Did you ask that question?
By chanting his holy name and doing 16 rounds, 4 principles, and telling everybody we meet about Krishna, and pointing them towards Prabhupada.
Wonderful. Hare Bol. Hare Bol.
Jai.
By hearing the holy name of Krishna once, you're saved, because the holy name of Krishna is Radha and Krishna, and you don't need a guru upon hearing the holy name. Prabhupada chanting will deliver you, but not because he initiates you, but because you heard the Hare Krishna mantra. However, then later on, for you to develop pure unalloyed love of God, that means you need to take the chanting and make it your life and soul from your heart. And make the chanting, because we can see Krishna in the form of the deity or in the form of a picture, but the best way to see Krishna is in your heart. He's in your heart. He's Paramatma in your heart. But to see Krishna Govinda in your heart, just chant and keep on chanting until he decides to reveal himself to you. It's up to him.
Jai. So Janaspriha, how's the preaching going in the Mexican group?
The Krishna Kishore is just arriving in Mexico City, and his intent is to open a Prabhupada temple in Mexico City, and then go to Puerto Escondido, Oaxaca, where they start in a little farming community, Gorokula ashram, retirement community for Prabhupada Nugas. So it's happening. The magazine is distributed very nicely. The English version is ready to be printed. We're looking for best place to print it in the U.S. Only Prabhupada, pre-Prabhupada articles and devotees. No
Why
fake.
do you want to print in the United States?
That way you don't have to deal with import duty and blah, blah. Transport, basically, transporting costs more than printing nowadays.
Okay, so you'd rather do that than go through Jitarati?
No, if they could do it with whoever gives the best price, doesn't matter.
Oh, I see, yeah. Because Jitarati has been printing all the books for Krishna books.
Yeah, I talked to Bish Ramita. I'm very good friends with Bish Ramita, and he's pushing Prabhupada's original books.
Yeah, very good.
I get very much enlivened by your statements, Narayan Prabhu. It's
oh yeah.
Prabhupada has blessed you. You're a blessed person, and we're very fortunate. We're very fortunate to have you speaking.
I am a cursed person, but yeah. I wish to bless everyone.
Aye, me too.
I have no qualification, but at the same time, I want to share what I got from Prabhupada. And what I got from Prabhupada is that he's the spiritual master. I would not have taken initiation from him if he was a ISKCON appointed female or non-female guru. For me, I have to be in the presence of a pure devotee of the Lord, and I have that blessing. And my blessing to everyone is that they can also be in the presence of the pure devotee of the Lord. Same, they can become my god brother simply by accepting Prabhupada as their guru. And I'm talking about hundreds of millions or even billions of people can come and say, who is my guru? And I said, you can have my guru. You can surrender to my guru, Srila Prabhupada. He will be your guru, and I will become your god.
I heard there's a resolution by GBC that if your guru falls down, then only then you can accept Prabhupada as your guru.
They don't know what they're talking about. I mean, how can they? I mean, look, when you take a guru, he's supposed to take, and you do the Agnihotra Diksha ceremony, he's supposed to take all of your karma on, right? He takes on your karma. When Prabhupada took on karma, he was able to transfer it to Krishna Loka. But if a person's not a pure devotee, how can they do that? So if you have a guru and he falls down, the biggest reason he's fallen down, he initiates 100, 200, 300 people taking on all their karma. Can you imagine if you walk down the street and see 300 people and said, I'm going to take on the karma of this 300 people on the street right now? Would you really want to do that?
Right.
But you think if they worship me and give me money, it might be worth it.
Is it?
That's, you know, and so there is ISKCON devotee, ISKCON guru, so-called ISKCON guru in the temple. He does it. He's worshipped. He's given garlands. He gets to speak. People cry when he talks. All that good stuff. But then he's taken on their karma.
Really, he has taken the karma? I mean, if a normal person, any normal person, he himself suffers a lot in this world. And if a ISKCON guru, he takes on the karma of thousands or hundreds or thousands of people, how much should he be suffering?
He will suffer. That's why they fall down. You know Bhagavan Das? You've heard of Bhagavan?
Yeah.
I was his mentor. I was his teacher.
Oh, wow.
I trained him up in Detroit, Michigan, 74 Forest Avenue, and I trained him up very nicely. He went on forward. He had a beautiful wife, two wonderful children, etc. And then when he saw that everyone was taking sannyas in order to become gurus, he became greedy. He wanted to become guru. I stood on the roof of the Mayapur temple, you know, those long temples, the long buildings with the archways on them, sort of pink buildings in Mayapur. I don't know if you've seen them. But anyhow, they're long residential buildings. I designed them myself in London for Prabhupada. But anyhow, I was standing on the roof of Bhagavan begging him not to take sannyas, not to give up his wife, and young children, not to give them up. But he insisted. And then he became a guru. And then one of our members here in Mauritius was initiated by him. And he said, how will I go back to Godhead? And Bhagavan waved his hand in the air. Let's see if I can do it. He waved his hand in the air and said, I will take you back to Godhead. But a short time later, he fell down. He had taken on the karma of so many devotees, so many people. He didn't realize this. He thought he was just doing a ceremony. He took on their karma. Then he went and fell down with half a dozen wives of his disciples. Can you imagine? So why do you want to do that? So then he does that. He leaves. He's no longer guru. Now you can take initiation as Prabhupada. You become Prabhupada's disciple. What about the karma? Don't you have to follow him into his next life?
Taking up karma, I don't think they're taking up karma because, why would an intelligent person ruin his health for the sake of earning money? Health is more important than money.
Why does the guru take on the karma of his disciple? Are you asking?
Yeah, because health is more important than money. If health is good, you can make more money.
He takes on the karma because the disciple wouldn't take initiation if he didn't take on his karma. The reason a disciple takes on initiation is to relieve himself of the karma of all of his previous lives up until now.
I believe that they are not taking up the karma, and therefore, if they would have taken, they would be suffering like anything because they are not passing it on to parampara and giving it to Krishna.
They're trying to, but even if they manage to pass some of it on, they can't pass all of it on. Look at Jayapataka. Why is he crippled?
Only Jayapataka. If you look at all others, other than Jayapataka, not many are really into
How many?
suffering.
I know so many of these guys that became gurus before they were gurus.
Yeah, they fall down because they haven't reached the
Bhavananda.
standard. They haven't reached the standard, so they automatically. So if they artificially take that standard of sannyasa, they at one point of time they would be falling eventually. not because of taking out
takes on
karma.
sannyas to concentrate his karma into the bag that he holds in his hand and his danda, tridanda. That when he has the tridanda, he is standing there rapidly burning up karma by his austerity. But if he takes on disciples, why would the disciple take a guru if that guru didn't take his karma? The disciple takes the guru for salvation, no?
Yeah. I mean, maybe they are giving it to Prabhupada, or the karma is the cheating and cheating, saying
so
that they're taking karma, but it is with the disciples only.
If they are pure devotee, then the karma goes up to Sampradaya. But if they're not a pure devotee, how can the karma leave you if you're not yourself completely surrendered to your spiritual master? Are you saying that all the gurus that fell down were completely surrendered to Prabhupada? If they were, why did they fall down? You get it? The surrender to the spiritual master is the basis of initiation. That's Kanistha Adhikari. Madhyama Adhikari is when you begin to recreate your relationship with Krishna in Krishna Loka, and then in Uttama Adhikari is when you've realized Krishna and Krishna Loka, you're in your rasa. Then you can take on unlimited karma. That's what Prabhupada did, and that's what you could do if you become an Uttama Adhikari. You can take it on. But before, if you're a Kanistha Adhikari, how can you take on limited anything? You already have karma that you haven't gotten rid of. How can you take on more karma and get rid of it? It's not possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not taking the karma of disciples, or one case is they could be giving it to Prabhupada, or the karma is being there with the disciples itself.
What is their connection to Prabhupada? The guru, you mean? What is the guru's connection to Prabhupada? ISKCON guru. He's a neophyte. It says in the Nectar of Instruction in the 5th verse that the
while initiating, I think that they are saying that Prabhupada is going to take your karma. They're directly saying that.
Yeah, but they don't know. How would they know? Panchali is calling me. Can you, Ramachandra, can you contact Panchali and ask her to come on the call?
Tell Rupa Manjari, that's her friend, she can contact. Rupa Manjari.
Can you do that, Rupa Manjari? Contact Panchali, she's calling me.
Okay. Sorry, I stepped out for the discussion, but Bhanu Prabhu, go ahead, Prabhu.
Yeah, that's what I had to say, nothing more.
Okay.
Did you get the point? Bhanu says that the Prabhupada takes on the karma of the Kanistha Adhikari guru taking disciple. My question is, how? What is the process by he can take on the karma?
What I'm saying is only the pure devotee can take up the karma.
He cannot even give his own karma to Prabhupada. If he could give his own karma to Prabhupada, he would no longer be a Kanistha Adhikari.
Mm-hmm.
No, he would be more advanced.
I mean,
so that means that only the pure devotee can give karma, take karma actually. Only the pure devotee can take karma. I mean, so only these people cannot take karma.
Who?
The gurus.
Not
gurus.
Gurus. Prabhupada can. Prabhupada can. He's a guru. What guru
I'm not
are you talking about?
I'm talking about the ISKCON gurus. These people cannot take up the karma.
Gurus because they're appointed by people that were the GBC was supposed to be elected.
So-called gurus.
Yeah, so-called gurus.
Not even so-called. All they are is priests.
Yeah,
priests. Right. Okay.
Appointed by the Vatican, meaning the GBC.
It's not even the GBC. You said, see the terminology we use here.
The GBC appoints the gurus to be shopkeepers of temples.
No, but they're not GBCs though. You're saying that they're not gurus. They're not GBC.
GBC is not GBC. Exactly. So the whole thing is a disastrous fake.
Yeah, that's the thing. The whole thing is a disaster.
The whole thing is a political business.
So what is not a
And-
disastrous fake, that which is not a disastrous fake is Prabhupada.
Jai.
And he and Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, is not a disastrous fake. The holy name is not a disastrous fake. But they want to make it all about gurus, not about chanting Hare Krishna.
Donald
Where
Prabhu,
that
are you
that
the host?
entire thing that Ramachandra delivered to us, where did they mention chanting Hare Krishna once?
They're not
They didn't
concerned
even
about
once-
Bhakti, Prabhu.
They had highly paid monitors that they paid to keep order in, take notes. But where did anyone mention Krishna chanting Hare Krishna once?
Man, if you're dealing with them, we shouldn't be concerned about Krishna, Japa or Sankirtan. The purely political thing it is, GBC means.
Okay, so why are we paying any attention to them? We gave more than half of our meeting tonight to
More than half,
sides.
all whole time of ISKCON goes into it. I'm
But what
saying.
is the use? You know, we could say, oh, they're bogus. As we listen to them, we're bogus. I think everyone made very intelligent comments as to what was wrong with their thinking about female Diksha gurus. But why do we care what they think at all? They're not authorized by Prabhupada because they went against their spiritual master. How many times can you go against your spiritual master who has come from Krishna Loka to deliver you? How many times can you betray that person and still be a disciple? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
How does he become a guru? How does he become a GBC if he betrayed his guru? And we're saying GBC as though he has some stature. He has no stature. Simply to grovel in the stool of hogs in the street. That's his stature for having betrayed his spiritual master. Nay, his spiritual master, maybe it wasn't his spiritual master.
I mean,
Betrayed
Prabhupada
my
says,
he betrayed my spiritual master.
Prabhupada says that ISKCON doesn't mean infrastructure and buildings. It means ISKCON is what where one or two people are chanting in the names of Krishna. So we shouldn't be concerned about.
Yes, it's not the buildings, it's not the GBC. The question is, how do you relate to a person that betrays your spiritual master? In the Nectar of Instruction, it says you're supposed to kill him, cut his tongue out, or commit suicide. If someone blasphemes your spiritual master, you're supposed to kill him, or you're supposed to defeat him in argument. If you can't do that, then you kill him. If you can't do that, then you commit suicide. So why are we listening to people who we should either kill, defeat, or commit suicide in front of? If you read the Nectar of the Devotion, you'll see it's right there in black and white.
Jai.
So why should we even argue against such people? We're making
We shouldn't be
fools of ourselves.
concerned. We should be least concerned about them. I mean, rather than trying to rectify them. Why would they be obeying our order when they directly disobeyed Srila Prabhupada?
Exactly. So what did you just say, Prabhu? Say again. I missed.
No, why would they be obeying our requirement or our order when they directly disobeyed the order of?
That's it. Why would they follow our instruction if they have disobeyed their spiritual master? That's why I'm saying, why are we even giving them 10 minutes of our time? They don't deserve 10 minutes of our time. All we need to do is take our valuable time before our nerves are destroyed by hearing Guru Aparad from them. All we need to do is to deliver the holy name according to Srila Prabhupada, not any other process, okay?
Okay, it seems like Panchali Prabhu is online from New Zealand.
Hey, Panchali Prabhu, please accept my most humble obeisances. Glories to you and glories to the way you feed your glorious demigod children.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances.
Yeah.
All glory to Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah. I have to apologize to you, Panchali, because on a couple of occasions you came on and I was trying to make some strong point, so I did not offer you the type of nice, polite, and courteous greeting that I wanted to.
I brought a new device, so I'm hoping you can all hear me properly now.
Yeah, this is better. It's much better.
Oh, Jai, thank you.
Okay, so why don't you finish it off? We got about 5 minutes, but we can go a little over time for you. So whatever you like, Prabhu. It's your time. Your time.
Yeah.
What have you been discussing?
No, we don't want to talk about what we've been discussing. We want to know what you've been discussing.
Or she can talk about how we are going beyond. Before the GBC was created, we will make you elected GBC, then the tumor will be cut out of the body of the great athlete, namely ISKCON.
Oh, Farah, I have a little dynamic going on in regards to GBC and ISKCON, and for me personally, I just feel like I've invested too much time in what has been going on within ISKCON. For me personally, like I can talk about all the discrepancies with ISKCON, GBC until the cows come home, but I struggle with the teachings with the books. So like my husband isn't here, so it's just me and I have the association with the books. But I would like to suggest something, and that is maybe we like pick up the Bhagavad Gita or the Srimad Bhagavatam, and we
wonderful. Can we agree, Panchali Prabhuji, that ISKCON did not exist after 1970? So you have never seen ISKCON, and GBC became traders in 1970. Can we say we have never even heard of GBC? We have to go back to Prabhupada, go back to the beginning, where GBC means elected, temple presidents elected for 3-year terms, and ISKCON means, and GBC means servant of Prabhupada, not managers of ISKCON.
Yes, I can agree with that.
So you have, that's 52 years ago. You never experienced ISKCON once yet.
Well, she's experiencing ISKCON by hearing Prabhupada, you know.
That's hearing Prabhupada.
I used to go to the Christchurch temple, so I was like up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd arrive at the temple at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd be chanting my japa, I'd be cooking, I was doing so many things, and I was listening to Indra Janaspriha, Dave Amrita Swami. I can't remember the other guru.
Yes, so if you listen to Prabhupada classes before 1970,
guru that was there,
that is definitely ISKCON. Anytime Prabhupada gives a class is ISKCON, but anything done by the organization called ISKCON after 1970 is not ISKCON.
ISKCON basically means Krishna's holy names and Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is it's a congregation of people doing Krishna consciousness. That's it.
That is ISKCON, but if you say, well, I know GBC. No, you don't, because those men were never elected. They betrayed Prabhupada. Don't call them GBC. Call them traitors to Prabhupada.
I actually remember, Narayana, that you and Rupa Manjari, and I've held this to heart, and you both told me that ISKCON is considered the transcendental body of Srila Prabhupada, and those who follow accordingly, they're considered the limbs of his body. And I've just held that to heart ever since you told me that, and I truly believe that. And I don't see ISKCON as being the limbs of Srila Prabhupada's body, because they've deviated so much. They're like, so many offences, so many changes, and all for profit, adoration, distinction. And I find it really disheartening, and I find it really sad. Because for me personally, I really miss that association. I miss the physical association of being around devotees, having kirtan, dancing, chanting, cooking, and admit, you know, around them all.
Prabhupada is waiting for us to come back to him.
Yeah. So right now, children and
I learned is ISKCON, but ISKCON did not exist in terms of GBC, gurus, or anything like that. That was all concocted by criminals.
Yeah, absolutely.
What Prabhupada taught you to cook, Prabhupada taught deity worship, Prabhupada taught kirtan. If you chant in the same melodies that Prabhupada chanted, that is ISKCON. If you chant in the melodies of the current day devotees, that's not ISKCON. That is an aparat against Prabhupada.
Yes, absolutely. I fully agree.
You get to have both. You get to reject ISKCON, and you get to have ISKCON in terms of what you've learned, cooking, deity worship, devotees, God brothers, God sisters. But we have to draw the line. GBC doesn't exist, and ISKCON, whatever they created after 1970, didn't really exist as ISKCON, even if Prabhupada was there. He was there for almost 8 years after 1970, or about seven and a half years. He was there. He treated it as ISKCON, but he was treating his enemies as his representatives, which they never, ever were. The GBC never, ever, ever obeyed Prabhupada at all, ever, not even once.
As Prabhupada said, he was prepared to go to hell. What can he do? He just wanted to make everyone Krishna conscious.
Yeah. So don't worry, Panchali Prabhu. You know the court of Yamaraj, right? Yamaraj, he judges people from the karma, from the Akashic record.
Yes.
Yamaraj, I will get you a nice, comfortable front seat in the court of Yamaraj so you can watch the GBC on trial.
Jai.
It will be quite gratifying experience, I assure you.
Maybe you should do some austerity to become Yamaraj, then, if you want to punish them.
And Panchali can cook some of her wonderful prasadam and give it to Lord Yamaraj.
What a service that would be.
Okay, so we're about time, so 10 o'clock.
That's Yudhisthira, Yamaraj is Yudhisthira.
So we have a good crowd today. We have about how many people? 8 people? 8 devotees?
Wonderful.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So
Nice.
8 devotees online.
Jai! All glories to my senior godbrothers online. I am your junior because I am the most fallen. But all of you, please enlighten me. Pick me up and bring me back to Godhead by following Prabhupada. We'll create the new GBC elected by temple presidents. This will happen within the next couple of years. You can see the GBC is, if you followed that whole thing that Ramachandra read, they're desperate. They're in desperate condition. So we will let them, you know what you say? Let a man hang himself with his own rope. We don't have to hang the GBC. We'll just watch when they hang themselves with their own rope. But we want to go on with the real GBC elected by temple presidents for 3-year terms. It will be magnificent. And with the huge, GBC is a huge cancer, a huge tumor in the body of a otherwise excellent athlete named ISKCON. And when the GBC is cut out, the big fat GBC is cut out, then ISKCON will become very useful and very wonderful once again. And temples will be opened all over the place. Each temple will be incorporated by itself. No more ISKCON Bengal incorporating temples.
ISKCON Bengal.
Just so for future reference, I have a way better device now, so please add me to your conversations.
What? You gotta join the group.
Yeah, I have a better device now, so.
Okay, very good. So I'll send you the link where you can join the group, and then you can come on anytime we have a meeting.
Jai, thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Panchali.
Hare Krishna, Rupa. I love you.
Actually, did you notice I've sent you a number of postings. Did you get them?
I've received many emails, which I'm still going through.
Yeah,
I hope you got the postings that I sent to you.
Yes, I actually just tried to ring you, do a video call with you prior to this, but realized that you were on the Zoom chat. So maybe tomorrow I can call you and we can have a wee chat.
Yeah. So even if you read or do not read, please understand that those are my blessings to you.
Thank you.
I offer you my blessing in the form of the emails I send you so that you will become a pure devotee as quickly as possible.
Thank you, Prabhu. I appreciate that.
Because you're already a disciple of Prabhupada, what can I say?
So
it's 10 o'clock, Prabhu. So, yeah, it's 10 o'clock.
Okay, Ramachandra, you said you wanted to go further. Is that you don't want to go further anymore? Are we complete?
No, we can go a little further if people want to discuss anything or have any questions or anything like that. But if not, then we can terminate the meeting here.
Well, whichever you want.
Bhanu Prabhu, Shawn Prabhu, Janaspriha, anything you guys want to share or ask or realizations?
Tina?
Nothing more, bro.
I think, no, because like for me, it's like 7 p.m. And I understand for a lot of you, it's a little bit later. So perhaps we can pick some conversations up in the next meeting.
Sure, you pick it and then you bring it onto the Zoom. Okay?
Yeah, we like it when you join, Tina.
Sorry, what was that?
We like it when you join.
I like it when you join.
I just found, like, because of the last device I had, I felt like it was more of a disturbance than anything. So now I think I have a better device so you can all hear and we can all talk without, disruptions and stuff.
Good.
So,
you sound transcendently wonderful.
The next Zoom meeting, please invite me and I will join.
Rupa, you can keep in contact with your friend, Prabhu. Whenever I send the meeting, if she's not on WhatsApp, you please, do that. Send her a thanks.
I'll message her. Yeah, I'll message her.
Sure. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhus, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories.
My humble obeisances. All glories.
Did anyone leave any messages online for you? For us?
No, there were no messages online. No messages online.
Okay.
Shravan Prabhu, do you want to say anything?
Thank you very much,
Jai.
What about our dear Bhanu?
Bhanu Prabhu's here.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna. All God is
Bhanu, you want to leave us with any word of wisdom at the end?
Nothing.
Yeah, Bhanu Prabhu has a lot of words of wisdom.
Bhanu Prabhu, Bhanu, when was your birthday? The 18th?
Yeah.
When was it?
18th.
Bhanu Prabhu is 37 years old. On the just became.
Still a baby.
Yeah, he's still a baby.
At 10 plus, and that's my age.
What?
I'm 48 in April.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 37.
That's nice.
Goodness.
7, you combine it, 3 and 7, it becomes 10. 10 becomes 1. 1 means Adi Purusham.
Oh, I like it. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
yes, Bhanu Prabhu.
Bhanu, it's so nice to have you on the call, and Shravan,
Bhanu, bring Shravan.
and everybody.
Or maybe Shravan brings Bhanu.
Okay, time to call it a night.
Okay, Prabhus, thank you very much. Tomorrow's Thursday. We'll have another meeting, 8 o'clock California time. So
And
Good night,
are
Mataji.
you going to be running that meeting?
I can run it. We have enough people to run. We have our Bhanu back. She can run the meeting.
To run it, be sure that you guide them to it at 15 minutes before the meeting, so they have everything under control and nothing goes wrong.
Bhanu Prabhu can control anything.
No. It's, you are the master. You are the CEO. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
anyhow, but the thing is,
Okay.
whoever runs the meeting must be able to direct the point of view that we're no longer accepting the GBC, we're no longer accepting ISKCON gurus, we're not accepting anything except Prabhupada starting in 1970. Let the movement begin. That's the point.
Yeah.
Let the movement
Hare
now
Krishna.
begin, because it will not last for 5 years, 50 years, 500 years, 5,000 years. It will not last unless Prabhupada is back in the center. We can't just turn this into a material church or material Hindu temple. It must go on purely chanting the holy name of Krishna. The GBC doesn't seem to want to chant the holy name of Krishna even once in that entire dialogue that they had, that entire big program that cost thousands, maybe even millions of dollars to do. They can come up with a female Diksha guru who's 55 years old, and whether or not she's reached menopause or not, and that's all they could do. So let's not concern ourselves with such people that haven't got even the slightest idea how to prolong this movement past the political correctness of female gurus, past the political correct of transgender gurus, of gay gurus.
Okay,
Finishing
all
it
right.
off.
Enough.
So, yeah.
Good night.
Good night, Mataji.
Everybody.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Jai.
Haribol to all of you. My
Hare
best
Krishna.
wishes.
Jai.
Let me worship your lotus feet.
Vancha kalpatrulesha kripa
Six months or a year, that'll be turned around.
Vaisnaveyo namo namaha Haribol.
Hare
We're
Bol.
going to win
Hare
because Krishna wants.
Krishna, Hari Hari.
Jai.
Jai.
We're going to win because Krishna wants us to win. Have you occurred to you yet? Krishna wants us to win.
Okay, I'm signing off
That's
now.
powerful talk. Okay,
Good night,
Hare Krishna.
Rupa. Thank you.
Good night.
Hare Krishna. Sweet dreams.
Bye.
Love you.
Love yous.
All right, so I'll end it here. Otherwise, this can go on for days.
Haribol.
Good. Shall we go on for days?
No.
In between, we have to chant Krishna's names. If you declare there is no ISKCON, then we can't chant the names.
Well, if you were Haridas Thakur, you would go on for days. You only slept for like 45 minutes every 24 hours. And
Jai.
probably most of that time he was brushing his teeth.
Okay, Bhanu Prabhu and Shravan and Mahaprabhu. See you guys tomorrow.
Mahaprabhu.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Haribol, Haribol.
Haribol.
And Mahaprabhu. Jai Mahaprabhu.
Jai.